Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Two Guys, Two Beers podcast. I'm your host today, Phantom, and with my co-host today,
Max Q.
How are you doing today, Max?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain. You know, it was a pretty cold day, but
Pretty cold. It was freezing cold. I had to wear a hoodie and a jacket today to go to work.
You see the weather for tomorrow? Or I guess even tonight?
What?
It's probably supposed to be, I want to say 26 tonight.
What?
I believe.
I go to sleep with my fan on, so that's not going to work.
But yeah, no. Supposedly it's supposed to be like 26 with like a high of like mid 40s tomorrow.
No, I need to call out work tomorrow. So, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. I just went over to a friend's house and they invited me over to have dinner with their family, so I did that and I can't complain. I mean, it was good food, good people. I enjoyed myself. It was a fun time.
That was nice to know. You take it. Why you go see your family?
I don't know. Just didn't feel like driving.
Understandable.
Or flying.
I guess going back to Denver, maybe will be kind of hard on you.
Yeah. I mean, not even just that. Like I said, I just didn't feel like going, to be completely honest. Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
Can't complain, you know. Went to go visit my family, and then I visited one of my brothers. They was in Augusta. And then I kept promising him, like, hey, yeah, I'll work out with you. And then he finally did it. He finally got me to work out with him.
Yeah, how'd that go?
And it went horrible. I felt like I died that day. Like the angels was knocking on the door, like, hey, you gonna die? I'm like, yeah, I see it. Like, literally, he made me do 4 laps around his house, around his neighborhood, which is probably like, it's not that big. But then the street before his house, it's a hill. And this hill, it's the hill of death. Let me just put it like that. When you're not prepared for it, it don't look that bad. When you walk it, it's horrible. And then the other stuff was pretty basic. It was like incline push-ups and arm raises and squats, which was pretty all right once you died from the walk. And then,
what is an incline push-up? Like, you pushed up off of a couch? You pushed up off the wall?
He had like rails. Like I don't know how to...
Angled rails?
It's like the ballerina things.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much I pushed myself up off that. And then the dips was losing that too. Squats, dips, same thing to me.
That's all right. At least you're getting work out. So.
I died. The next day I didn't feel it. But then when I was at work, I woke up that morning and my whole body felt like it was cutting off. Parts of my body that was popping that I never heard before.
Yeah, I definitely know how you feel. I've been starting to walk a lot more too and going out to do more trails and stuff like that. And, I mean, good thing is losing weight. Bad thing is my body's sore.
Completely understand. I'm probably going to be sore for the next 3 days, but, you know, I'm slowly getting back to walking because I agreed to come visit him for Christmas. And if he did this for one day, I could just imagine what he going to do when I go visit him for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. He's going to make you do the military training going on there.
Let's not talk about it. But let's go talk about how Tesla is trying to get people to lease other Tesla vehicles.
Yeah, so apparently Tesla sent out an email blast to over 600,000 people, which apparently, okay, so it's all about the Tesla truck that they made that Elon Musk threw a ball, hit the window, and it broke. That was funny, not gonna lie.
I mean,
for those of you who didn't see it, I highly recommend looking up the window. He was like, oh yeah, our unbreakable windows, and he hit it with a baseball and it broke.
It broke 3 times to be exact.
Did it?
Yeah, because like he threw it, and then another guy threw it, and then he threw it again and it broke, and he was like, well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. But apparently you could put $100 down to reserve your truck. And
over 600,000 people did it. Did you do it?
Yeah, that truck is so ugly. There's so many better looking trucks.
Well, I felt like you would have did it. You talk about buying a semi-truck or the Tesla, so.
That's different. That's actually better looking, but this is not. I mean, you've seen it. It's ugly.
Yeah.
Looks like something, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like something from like one of those weird future movies.
Well, my whole thing with this Tesla truck It's like, let's say for like pulling. How's this gonna work with like the pulling power? Because let's say with electric, it's pretty much the same pulling no matter what. But what if like, do it kill your battery faster? Like, how would this work?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I haven't looked it up. I was just gonna say I'm not sure it actually has a tow hitch.
I mean,
they say truck, but I'm pretty sure they're just referring to an SUV. You know how people call SUVs trucks.
I never heard of that. Somebody
Really?
call it SUV a truck.
Yeah, most people refer to their SUVs as trucks.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I have. Everybody's like, oh yeah, that's my truck. And I'm just like looking and I'm like, your Ford Explorer is not a truck. Or, anything of that matter.
Well, I learned something today. I never knew people call SUVs truck. But, well, so from those 600,000 people who paid $100, they have received email from Tesla to say, hey, while you wait for your truck, that's not going to be ready for another year or two, please lease one of our other vehicles.
I was just sitting here thinking about it. Is my calculations right? Would that be $60 million in down payments?
I would say $6 million.
You add 2 zeros to 600,000, right? And that would be 60 million, correct?
That's what you said. That it may be.
I was just sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, dude, that's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, even though it's only $100, but that's crazy. And okay, so
you are correct. It's $60 million. They just
I just wanted to be sure. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. Normally, we're both really good at math, but we both been having a busy day. So these 600,000 emails, they're asking people to take out a 24 to 36 month lease on another Tesla vehicle to quote unquote fill their driveway until their monster truck comes. And then I want to say they also were offering, what was it, $1,500 in if you buy it in California,
because they doing that smart green,
the green
thing.
Tax or something. That basically they're lowering a price for you, but so they're not. So there's a low end version. It's $40,000. They're going to start that in 2021. But the higher end models, which I'm going to assume most people would want, because let's face it, who wants a bare bones model anything?
Well, actually, it's a lot of bare bone model people who buy the Teslas to get the little entry level Tesla just to say, yeah, I got a Tesla.
Yeah, I guess, but those are supposedly going to be starting in 2021, and then the higher end aren't supposed to even start until 2023.
And that don't start till 2023. Let's lose common sense, guys. The cars won't be ready till 2024, 2025. If that.
Yeah, well, the good thing is it's only $100. So, to be realistic, I honestly wouldn't give a shit. Honestly, if it was a better looking truck, I would give them $100. I wouldn't care when I got it.
But let's be honest. They just made $60 million that quick. But also, I think another reason why they're trying to get a whole bunch of people to get the Tesla at the moment, at least say other cars, so that, because you've seen their stock prices went up from the truck when they announced the truck and the little 4-wheeler with the semi truck.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people starting to know it's like, hey, nothing's coming out, so people are starting to sell the stocks, and the stocks are starting to drop a little bit. But if you email everybody because technically everybody who signed up for that Tesla truck, you kind of could get them with a chance of like, hey, if you want to drive the electric truck, you should drive an electric car too. So it's a chance that they could lease out your car and your stocks will go up even more, because then more people will go into the Tesla market, and you can kind of say like, look, we have, because let's say Eve from 600,000 people, maybe if 100,000 people actually lease a car from Tesla, you could say, hey, we have over 100,000 new people driving our cars. We could actually tell the stockholders in a meeting like, hey, look at this, and to get more people to buy into Teslas.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get it, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest Tesla fan because they do something similar along the lines of basically what John Deere does. So Tesla, obviously you can only use a Tesla garage. If you don't use a Tesla garage, you void your entire warranty of your car if you try to do the work yourself. And John Deere basically does something similar to where you can only get their programming and shit like that to their tractors, like their newer ones anyway, through a certified mechanic. And it's actually at a John Deere dealership, which is absolutely crazy. There's actually a lot of farmers that are suing John Deere over the rights to the software because, they're paying hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for all this equipment.
Yeah.
And usually just one piece is worth, $250,000. And, they're having issues with them, and then you got to wait to find somebody to do it, and, you usually don't have the time to wait. Like, you need to be able to fix it right then and there. You don't have the time to sit there, and then you got to get it towed to a John Deere dealership because, especially out in the Midwest, there's not the availability of mechanics that can just come out there. You're going to have it towed, and half the time the equipment's so big, then you got to get, specialized vehicles to follow it because it's oversized and yada, yada, yada. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not that big of a Tesla fan, is because they trying to rip people off that way rather than teaching mechanics outside of Tesla to do it and be trained on it. They're not. They want you to specifically be only at the Tesla dealership or at a Tesla garage.
That's why people are starting to make little garages for Teslas. Like, the guy on YouTube who started the electric garage.
Yeah, but that's only one person.
Still, it's from that one person. It's gonna start because he opened up one shop and then he opened up a shop in Florida. And I'm pretty sure there's other shops that starting to open up from it. Like, the more and more Tesla's trying to keep everything in house. They're just gonna make option A. It's only gonna be a little amount of people get it, or option B. A lot more people have started getting it and modding it. Because I think the more and more I watch the guy, Rich Rebuilds, more and more I watch him, the more and more I see that, hey, you can really turn anything into an electric car. And yeah, Tesla has the fastest and all that other stuff, but you can pretty much turn whatever car you want into a electric car, and then it's cars that you can get a huge battery generator and all. Like how you say you put a generator.
In the bed of a truck whenever I get one, yeah.
You could do that, and then you pretty much could last. You could pretty much live your life for the rest of your life off the grid.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like Tesla just doing this because, unfortunately, let's be honest, nobody really buying Teslas. You don't see that many Tesla dealerships like you should.
There's a reason for that, and the reason is that a lot of states still have laws against it. So basically, in order to buy a Tesla, the only way you can buy a brand new Tesla is at a Tesla dealership. But in a lot of states don't actually allow that. So there's plenty of states where you can't actually buy a Tesla. You actually have to go outside of your state to buy it, which is absolutely crazy. But they do it because of all these lobbyists for all these major car companies. And not even just the car companies, but the dealerships that have all these lobbyists that pay all of our politicians to basically ignore it. Because, we'd be paying a lot less in, car fees and stuff like that if we didn't have dealerships. If you could buy straight from Chevy or, straight from Ford or any of these other companies instead of having to deal with these swindlers at these places, at the dealerships, we'd be better off. Vehicles would be cheaper.
For real?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yep.
So if I go to Chevy right now and try to get a brand new Silverado, it'd be a lot cheaper just to go into Chevy.
If you were able to, yes.
Oh, we're not able to. That's the biggest problem.
That's the problem. See, and that's why a lot of states are blocking Tesla from being there. Is because they, all these dealerships want to be able to sell Tesla, but Tesla won't let them sell Tesla because Tesla is trying to cut out the middleman. Basically, it goes straight from factory to you. There's no in between. So that's where it benefits. So, say for instance, if Tesla was being sold